Good day everyone and welcome to my channel. By the way, this is Ryan P. Dalnay from Bio 2A, and for today's video, I'm going to tackle a cactus plant together with its morphology, adaptation for water conservation, taxonomy and classification, evolution, reproductive ecology, uses and conservation. So let's talk about cactus. Cactus, its plural forms either cacti or cactuses. Morphology of cactus. Cactus is a member of the plant family Cactaceae, a family comprising about 127 genera with some 1,750 known species of the order Caryophyllales. Cacti show a wide variety of growth habits, which are difficult to divide into clear, simple categories. So we have three categories of cacti. We have number 1, arborescent cacti. They can be tree-like, meaning they typically have a single more or less woody trunk topped by several to many branches. Second, we have columnar cacti. Smaller cacti may be described as columnar. They consist of erect, cylinder-shaped stems which may or may not branch, without a very clear division into trunk and branches. Third, we have globular cacti. Cacti whose stems are even smaller may be described as globular. They consist of shorter, more ball-shaped stems than columnar cacti. Stems. The leafless spiny stem is a characteristic feature of the majority of cacti. The stem is typically succulent, meaning it is adapted to store water. The next, we have areoles, are structures unique to cacti. Although variable, they typically appear as woolly or hairy areas on the stems from which spines emerge. Flowers are also produced from areoles. The next, we have leaves. The great majority of cacti have no visible leaves. Photosynthesis takes place in the stems. Then we have spines. Botanically, spines are distinguished from thorns. Spines are modified leaves and thorns are modified branches. Cacti produce spines, always from areoles. The next, we have roots. Most ground-living cacti have only fine roots, which spread out around the base of the plant for varying distances close to the surface. Then last, we have flower. Like their spines, cactus flowers are variable. Cactus flowers usually have many stamens, but only a single style, which may branch at the end into a more than one stigma. Adaptation for water conservation. All cacti have some adaptations to promote efficient water use. Leaves and spines. The absence of visible leaves is one of the most striking features of most cacti. Spines. They trap air near the surface of the cactus, creating a moisture layer that reduces evaporation and transpiration. The majority of cacti are stem succulents, meaning they have thickened, fleshy parts adapted to store water. The next, we have roots. Many cacti have roots that spread out widely, but only penetrate a short distance into the soil. Cacti can also form new roots quickly when rain falls after a drought. Taxonomy and classification. The word cactus derives through Latin from the ancient Greek cactus, a name originally used by Theophrastus for a spiny plant which may have been the cordon or Cyanara cardonculus. In 1984, it was decided that the Cactaceae section of the International Organization for Succulent Plant Study should set up a working party now called the International Cactaceae Systematics Group, or ICSG to produce consensus classifications down to the level of genera. The ICSG classification of the cactus family recognized 4 subfamilies, the largest of which was divided into 9 tribes. The subfamilies were: number 1, Perisciidae, Perischia aculeata. Number 2, we have Opuntiidae, Opuntia chlorotica. Number 3, we have Myoniidae, Myonia wapigi. Number 4, we have Cactoideae, Mammillaria elongata. Evolutionary history of cacti. No known fossils of cacti exist to throw light on their evolutionary history. However, the geographical distribution of cacti offers some evidence, except for a relatively recent spread of Rhipsalis basifera to parts of the Old World. Cacti are plants of South America and mainly southern regions of North America. This suggests the family must have evolved after the ancient continent of Gondwana split into South America and Africa, which occurred during the early Cretaceous around 145 to 101 million years ago. Based on the phylogeny of the cacti, the earliest diverging group may have originated in Central America and Northern South America, whereas the Caeulocacti, those with more or less succulent stems, evolved later in the southern part of South America and then moved northward. Reproductive ecology. Cactus flowers are pollinated by insects, birds, and bats. Bees are the most common pollinators of cacti. Bee pollination is considered to have been the first to evolve. The next, we have hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are significant pollinators of cacti. Then we have bat pollination. Bat pollination is relatively uncommon in flowering plants, but about a quarter of the genera of cacti are known to be pollinated by bat. The fruits produced by cacti after the flowers have been fertilized vary considerably. Many are fleshy, although some are dry. All contain a large number of seeds. Fleshy, colorful, and sweet-tasting fruits are associated with seed dispersal by birds. The seeds pass through their digestive systems and are deposited in their droppings. Fruit that falls to the ground may be eaten by other animals. Giant tortoises are reported to distribute opuntia seeds in the Galapagos Islands. Ants appear to disperse the seeds of a few genera, such as Blossfeldia. Drier spiny fruits may cling to the fur of the mammals or be moved around by the wind. Next, uses. Cacti have a variety of uses. Many species are used as ornamental plants. Others are grown for fodder or forage, and others for food, particularly their fruits. Cochineal is the product of an insect that lives on some cacti. Then, for psychoactive agents. A number of species of cacti have been shown to contain psychoactive agents, chemical compounds that can cause changes in mood, perception, and cognition through their effects on the brain. Other uses of cacti. Cacti have many other uses. They are used for human food and as fodder for animals, usually after burning off their spines. In addition to their use as psychoactive agents, some cacti are employed in herbal medicine. The practice of using various species of opuntia in this way has spread from the Americas, where they naturally occur, to other regions where they grow, such as India. Cacti are used as construction materials. Living cacti fences are employed as barricades around buildings to prevent people breaking in. Last, we have conservation for cacti. All cacti are included in Appendix 2 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, or CITES. Conservation of cacti can be in situ or ex situ conservation. In situ conservation involves preserving habits through enforcement of legal protection and creation of specially protected areas such as national parks and reserves. Examples of such protected areas in the United States include Big Bend National Park in Texas, Joshua Tree National Park in California, and Saguaro National Park in Arizona. Then second conservation, we have ex situ conservation. It aims to preserve plants and seeds outside their natural habitats, often with the intention of later reintroduction. Botanical gardens play an important role in ex situ conservation. For example, seeds of cacti and other succulents are kept in long-term storage at the Desert Botanical Garden in Arizona. So that's it for today's video, and I do hope that you learn more. And once again, this is Ryan P. Dalnay from Bio 2A. Have a good day, everyone.